Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. This video we will discuss about Venus transit in the sign of Cancer, and this unique transit has something very special for all of us. So we will discuss in detail, but before that do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. You can follow me on my other social media platforms for more extra updates on astrology such as Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. I do upload few Instagram IGTV videos. Do catch that. If you want to listen my Apple and iTunes podcast as well as the podcast on Podbeans, you can access those podcasts with the links given in the description box below. If you want to take my consultation, you can drop me an email. The email ID is also given in the box below. So guys, let us begin with Venus transit to the sign of Cancer. Venus, the planet of love. This planet of love is right now in the clutches of Rahu, which is exaggerating it, which is manipulating, which is trying to frame a different reality. Venus is definitely crossing the boundary of Gemini and Cancer and will soon move over to a water sign where Venus finds his emotions, or I must say her emotions, balanced. But remember, Venus goes into the sign of Moon, the mind. Cancer is a zodiac of nourishment. So when Venus, the goddess of love, goes into the zodiac of Cancer, which is the motherly love, this represents unconditional, fluid love, the love which has no boundary, the love which only knows to flow. And this is something that you have to learn in this period of time. What is so special about this Venus transit? If you see, Venus is aspected directly by Saturn, and also the aspect on Venus happens to be of Mars. Now these two are very crucial aspects, especially the entire transit of Venus happens to be in sync with the end of retrogression of Saturn. Venus moves out of the sign of Cancer on 28th of September. And on the evening of 28th of September, Saturn becomes direct. That means while Venus was moving into the house away from Saturn, Saturn also switches to a more direct zodiac, which clearly states that a lot of things has to be learned in the frame of relationship, a lot of things has to be learned in the matters of family, and also in the matters of marriage and business. Expenses has to be put under control, and now you need to start helping those are in need, especially the one who cannot afford what you can. Saturn's seventh aspect will fall on this Venus. Mind it, Saturn is retrograde right now in the sign of Capricorn, and Saturn will actually immediately have a hard aspect on Venus as soon as Venus enters, because Saturn is around 1 degree 20 minutes or that sort in the sign of Capricorn, which is directly opposite to the sign of Cancer. And when Venus moves into the sign of Cancer at 0 degree, he will immediately come under the zone of Shani. So right from illusion of Rahu, Venus will face the reality, the harsh reality of Shani. Yes, we may hear a lot of health issues among celebrities. We may hear a lot of breakups, relationship going sour. People who were keeping a blind eye because of the illusion will now face the reality, will now understand the truth. And because Saturn is retrograde, and definitely it's a karma zodiac, because Capricorn is a zodiac which is 10th and represents karma. Saturn, the planet of karma, says you need to revert you'd have to undo a lot of things. That means you have to bring changes in yourself, and you have to bring changes in your surroundings, and you have to also find out what is true, because true and false will now be much more clearer than ever before. With Rahu Venus was completely exaggerated. Rahu was also going into the zodiac of Venus. In fact, while Venus will move out of the sign of the Gemini, and while the Venus actually moves to the sign of Cancer, Rahu would have already made its move into the Venusian zodiac of Taurus, and that is why it's going to be a hard battle. On one hand, Rahu ever expands the ambition of Venus, the luxury of Venus, and gives the feed to Venus that Rahu can do the impossible, or you believe in the impossible. Whereas on the other hand, the Shani on the house 7th from Saturn, 7th from Venus, actually tells the hard truth. So on one hand, you have the red pill, on the other hand, you have the blue pill. Which one will you take is your choice, and that will decide the future course, especially because when Jupiter will also go into the sign of Capricorn, remember, Capricorn is 4th from the sign of Libra. That means from one zodiac of Venus, Capricorn holds 4th. So it's happiness of Libra, happiness of the balance that is created. Whether the balance that you create in your life or in somebody else's life will make you happy, or you have to do a lot of sacrifices. And also from the sign of Taurus, Capricorn is 9th. So Capricorn holds a very important position for the planet Venus. So when Venus goes into the sign of Cancer, although he is comfortable in that sign, but he immediately finds the block of Saturn. He immediately finds Saturn in a very favorable house for Venus, and Saturn is powerful. That's a Shani's home. On the other hand, there is going to be an energy battle. Mars' 4th aspect will also fall on the Venus. Now remember, Mars is in the sign of Aries. Mars is ambitious. Mars has the energy needed. And Mars also will go retrograde. On the other hand, the 4th aspect of Mars on the sign of Venus is actually the Mars's debilitated aspect. It's a niche aspect. So you cannot really trust Mars. Mars, although will defend Venus, but he will defend weakly. He will defend unhappily. So if you are trying, if there's a battle in your life, battle of relationship, if it's a battle of gender, if it's a battle of identity, and especially females who have a weak Venus in their chart are going to be most affected, and you will find this battle fought at the most difficult level. Is it going to be a bad time? Did I say too much negativity about this transit? It's absolutely not. Because it's the reality that actually holds true. No matter what you imagine in life, no matter what the illusion is, it is always the reality that finds its way in each one of our life. And if we do not accept reality sooner or later, we will be forced to accept it. So this is the time when your life will give you one opportunity to accept what it is, and you have to accept as it is. You have to accept the things the way Saturn gives you. It may not be exactly the way you want. It may not be exactly something that you actually like. But maybe that's what you need. And maybe that is right for you. So that right and wrong is a decision that you will have to make in the month of September. And especially if you see the sync of Venus with Saturn, that means Venus and Saturn are going hand in hand. And for one time, Venus will find his guardian angel in a very non-romantic planet called as Saturn. So if you are looking for a life partner, if you are trying to meet somebody, and if your horoscope, that means your Dasha Mahadasha planets allow, then you may meet somebody unorthodox during this time. You may get a help from an old person, and you may get a help from a father figure. Which also means that if you see an old lady or an old man, you need to offer your help of any sort that is possible for you. What do you have to do as a remedy in this Venus transit? Because Venus is showing the sign of practicality, you need to chant Om Namo Bhagvate Vasudevayah. You have to accept the reality, because Vishnu is the one that creates the reality, and Saturn is merely telling you what Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, has given you. Rahu may have created the illusion, Rahu may have put you into a wrong path, but Saturn is here to pull you back. And remember, it's a retrograde Saturn. It's a Saturn which is very close to the house of Dharma, which is very close to the house of Sagittarius, Jupiter. The Saturn is very close to fire. That means you can get your hand burnt. Yes, your karma is in your hand, but the filtration mechanism of Venus is going to work quite, I will say, rigorously in this period of September. Now, Venus do not have any aspect. Venus do not have any aspect other than the 7th house. The only aspect of Venus is now being controlled by Shani. This transit of Venus will also see a lot of mood swings. On one day you will see and you will feel that you are the best and you can get the best love, and on the other day you will feel very lonely, alone. You will feel that nobody loves you and you are being cheated, you have been used. Now is the time when you actually, instead of falling for your emotions, you should sit down, write all your emotions on a piece of paper and think logically, because Saturn is saying go back to the drawing board and assess what went wrong. Ketu's transit with respect to Venus is very important. Although your passion will be very high and you will be desperate to hold on to the situation, hold on to the business, hold on to things that you love, hold on to the luxury of your life. And the luxury is, what I mean is relative. For somebody, living in a 1 BHK home is a luxury, and for somebody, buying a yacht is a luxury. It depends. But you would want to hold on to a luxury. So you have to be very careful. Where is your money going? Where are you spending? And for that you can bow down at the feet of Ma Mahalakshmi and pray and ask for forgiveness and ask for right vision to spend your money, to spend your hard-earned, effort-driven wealth that you have created in your life. With wealth, health has to be of primary concern, and that is where Ketu roles comes into picture. The Ketu, which is in the 6th house, is in the Mula Nakshatra. Ketu is going into the house 5th from Venus. 5 days before Venus transit to the sign of Leo, Ketu will move 5th from Venus. So definitely not a good time for love and relationship. Love, relationship, marriage, and especially business related to Venus will take the greatest hit during this time. But if you are following the right path, if you are following the path that is made for you, designed for you, the path of dharma, the path of righteousness, if you're following your duties the way you have been asked to perform, you will see that the same energy of Venus is going to get the blessing of Saturn. When we talk about the blessing of Saturn, it means the results of your karma will start coming in very quickly, and Venus, instead of being depressed by Saturn, will now get elevated, because now you understand the true meaning of love, materialistic life, and the luxury. So you will actually understand the meaning of exalted Venus. Remember, Saturn has the potential to make the Venus go exalted while being in the sign of Cancer. It's like a virtual exaltation. Why? Saturn's 3rd aspect falls on Pisces. Saturn is actually working for the Pisces sign. Now you have to also see a very special house 4th from Venus. The house 4th from Venus is actually aspected by both Saturn and Mars. 4th from Venus is actually the house of Venus, Libra. Now the irony is that Venus is completely trapped here. 4th from Venus is called as happiness from love, happiness from marriage, happiness from relationship. You go for a shopping, you are in a shopping spree, you bought the luxury, but you're not happy because the 4th from Venus is bad. You want to buy a very luxurious home, you want to renovate your home, did not work out. You're trying your best, nothing works out. Something is wrong in 4th from Venus. Now that house will have 2 retrograde planets aspecting. Why 2 retrograde? 10th of September, Mars becomes retrograde. Mars aspects the sign of Libra from Aries. Saturn aspects the sign of Libra from the sign of Capricorn. Not only Venus is aspected by the planets, Libra is also aspected. So the entire balance shifts and you will desperately try to maintain balance. See, it may not be a good time on the face, but on the long run, this effort that you will put, this desperate effort that you will put to make the 2 ends meet is where you will understand the gap between the 2 ends. Hope this gap is small and hope you are able to fulfill the gap with the blessings of Lord Vishnu, and you pray at the feet of the God so that you are forgiven and you follow the right path. With this, we meet in the next video. I end this video with this note that do good, be good. This is the time for rejuvenation. This is the time to understand the truth. Let's meet in the next video. This is your host Punneits signing off. Do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. Do follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to get tweets, posts and images, inspirations, images that I post on Instagram and different platforms so that you stay connected with me 24/7. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.